Trevor, what are you doing? Why are you itching everywhere?
Listen, I know it sounds weird, but last night I stayed up all night long and let all the mosquitoes outside bite me as much as they could because I'm trying to build up an immunity against mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Immunity against mosquitoes.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
That's gross.
Well, I'm at it too.
Wait, Trevor, stop. That's poison ivy.
Right. Yeah. Leaves of 5 stay alive. Leaves of 3.
Well, let it be. What are you? Put it down, man. What are you doing?
But if I don't have any problem with mosquitoes, I could also build up immunity against poison ivy, and everything's really cool. And I'm also trying to do something else.
You're stuffing your mouth with marshmallows.
Right.
Is that some kind of like home remedy?
Right. If I don't have a problem with poison ivy, don't have a problem with mosquitoes, then I'm also going to make sure that I'm the one who's going to win Chubby Bunny. I'm going to stretch out my cheeks. Get ready for it.
Okay, I understand like your thought process, but why are you doing all these things?
Dude, summer camp is coming.
Summer camp, that's like 6 months away.
Right, but registration is tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm Trevor.
And I'm Stallion.
And welcome to the Youth Room. And today we've got our very good friend Nate Smith with us. Nate, would you introduce yourself?
I'm Nate Smith. He already told you, and I just wanted to say first, thank you guys for letting me be a part of what you do.
It's great having you.
It's great to be in the youth room today.
It's okay.
And I grew up here in town, got saved at age 17 at a church locally, kind of nearby. Man, love Columbia. Love the work that you guys are doing at Mount Horeb. It's unbelievable. And, man, just great to be here. I run a summer camp called Journey. We started that about 7 years ago. It's going into our 8th year. And Journey Camp is at Tacoma Falls College in Georgia. We have about 2,000 kids a year from all different churches that come to camp. So, yeah, man, that's me. I'm an evangelist on the other side of that and travel and speak to kids. And
that's awesome. Well, Journey Camp is our sponsor for this episode because we're talking about summer camps. And so, Nate, we know the camp's pretty sweet, man. Stal and I had a chance to come and spend time with some of your students and speaking last year, had a great time. And so we wanted to talk to you a little bit because right now, this time of year is the time when most youth ministries are starting to look for a camp of some kind for their kids.
Yeah. Listen, you already either promoted it or you're behind in promoting it, and so you need to get with it. And so we want to talk about summer camps today.
That's right. Summer camps, I think probably across the board, we would say have had an impact on our lives personally. My life was changed at a summer camp. One of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing today is because of a summer camp. And so we got a couple questions, Nate, we want to ask you about how to pick the right kind of summer camp. So, Staff, you can kick us off.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
Yeah. So the first question for you is, what are the 3 benefits of going to summer camp? Like, why would a student pastor even go to a summer camp with his youth group?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm a lot like you, Trev. Like, God changed my life at a camp. I was the kid who literally signed up like the day before the buses were rolling out. And youth pastor tricked me into going. I ended up going there because there was supposed to be girls and food. And those are really the top 3 reasons you should go to summer camp. Girls, food, and maybe Jesus. Yeah. But I just man, God used camp in my life big time. So, but yeah, I think when you're kind of trying to hone in on which camp you want to go to, and you guys probably speak to this even better than me, but you want a place that's really going to be true to the Word of God. That's going to put the gospel front and center for your students, and that's one of the things we do at Journey is try to like not wait till the last night of camp to say, hey, here's the gospel. Make the most important decision of your life
before you leave.
Kids are emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted. Like, hey, what do you think? But man, we do it front and center. Put Jesus right front and center. I think that's the most important thing. I think. To be honest, I think you got to get a good location. I mean, you got transportation costs as a youth leader. Yeah. You want a location that's good, but
so that's a good question. So if students go to summer camp because there's some kind of spiritual impact that takes place in their life, then if that's a big decision, picking the right kind, then how do you do that? Like, what are some of the things you look for?
Yeah, well, you got to look for that. You got to look for a place that you connect with. There's got to be chemistry, but I think location is big. I think, knowing the people that are doing the camp.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any ministry. You want to have a good relationship with the
knowing their
people that you're
hearts
working with, and it helps so much when you go in knowing I know this leadership of this camp. I know I can trust them. I know they're gonna put Jesus front and center. I know they're gonna take care of us. I would say, and this kind of may sound funny, but I'd say food's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it is important too. I think that the biggest complaints we've gotten as student pastors is when students come back and say, "Man, the food there was horrible," and obviously it doesn't change their whole experience, but it's a part of it.
Right, but if you go and you can get some good summer camp chocolate milk, dude, that's all I need.
Summer
I'm good to
camp
go.
chocolate milk?
Yes, dude.
Or like the
Straight
random
out of
late night popsicle.
Yeah.
or something.
So food is a big deal, though. Food is a big deal.
It's a big deal. I don't. You want to have bad food, and you don't want to have. I mean, a lot of youth leaders, and you guys know this from working with youth pastors. A lot of guys put a lot of emphasis on like activities, and is it going to be super fun,
Like rec and stuff.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
I think you want to be able to build memories with your students, but I think if you overemphasize that, and you could suffer in those other areas that are maybe even more important. It's good to have a balance.
Yeah, for sure.
I think when we went and stopped by and saw your camp, one of the things that I was drawn to was the rec and what you guys were doing. What's like maybe like one of your favorite camp activities to do of all time?
I mean, we do so many different. I mean, it's got to be fresh and new every year, creative. A lot of go-tos for us. And I mean, we love taking kids even off campus. And if the churches do have transportation, they're able to go to like hike the gorge. And Tallulah Gorge is amazing. I don't think you guys got to go see it yet, but hopefully this summer you guys will be there. You can go down. They actually filmed Avengers: Infinity War in the Tallulah Gorge. Cool. There's a sliding rock that's amazing down there. And when your campers go in, when your students go down and hike back out, man, they just feel like they've conquered the world. They've done something a lot of them never done. They're sliding down a rock and enjoying recreation outside. But we have like camp games that we do that are fun too. Like your typical fun capture the flag, or we have a guys' night, girls' night, where the girls are throwing a big dance party and getting paint party going. It's just a lot of fun.
So if you get good rec at the camp you're thinking about, if you got a good location, it's not too far, you can transport there easily, got good food, and you got Jesus front and center, that makes for a pretty good camp.
Yeah, top 4. I mean, you could make a list, 10, 15 miles long.
Well, tell me this. Here's the real question, though.
Yeah.
Is summer camp biblical?
That's what we want to know, man.
I mean, if I'm going to do this, is this biblical?
Man, I would say so. I mean, I know, God used that in our lives.
Yeah.
If you look back and you say, is it biblical? And I think, God can use any vehicle to draw people to himself.
Yeah.
But I think camp, there's something unique about pulling students out of their environment and just saturating them with truth for a week, and for them to interact with godly leaders, for them to be like in relationship in Christian community, and to experience that for more than just 1 hour at a church kind of event, but more like, man, every day for 4 or 5 days like that. There's something about that. I mean, I don't see how you can go wrong. Biblically, Jesus did life with 12 guys, and Son of Man had no place to lay his head.
They were on summer camp the whole time.
Summer camp with Jesus for 3 years.
That's good.
For sure.
Very good.
They did some remarkable things, but listen, tell us a little bit about the registration process. One of the things that youth pastors are notorious for is being late, being last minute. And so in a perfect world, from a camp director's perspective, when would someone sign up for a summer camp, or when's it too late, or when do they start promoting it? Walk us through a little bit of a timeline.
Hey, it all depends, on and there's so many different churches at different places in their their lifeline. And you guys that are more advanced, have more staff, administrative support, you guys are gearing up a year in advance. And probably we're thinking 2 years out on what are we going to do with our students this summer of 2019 or 2020. I think it just depends on where you are in the life of your church. It's always good to plan ahead. I mean, it's always good for the camp that you're working with, because honestly, we're at capacity for most of our weeks already, and it's only October. So if you're going to get
November, actually.
November 1st. You're right. Well, man, I think I think the
We're
more
late.
the more you plan, though, like the better it is for everybody. Your parents, you communicate early because parents are planning their summer vacations
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely.
And if you're the youth pastor that's a little bit behind the 8 ball, or who kind of waits till the end of the year, November, December, even January, to plan your summer schedule, you might just want to, get in a room with some of your leaders and say, how can we be more strategic about communicating our ministry events, goals, what we're doing, why we're doing it, even as early as now.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Stal and I, we learned this pretty early on. Like, a calendar is really important for us. And so we want to make sure we getting calendars out before the semester begins so parents can make that kind of planning and prepare for those things.
And also, one trick that we've found is oftentimes for summer stuff, we'll send a save the date.
Yep.
At least block out this date.
Yep.
Here's how much it's going to cost.
Don't go to Disney on this date.
We'll give you the details later.
That's
but
genius,
at least it
yeah.
kind of gets stuff solidified.
So tell us this too. What is your favorite story? You've been doing this for 8 years now. I'm sure there's lots of stories, but what's maybe your favorite experience, story, time that you've had at camp?
Wow. I mean, that's so tough, bro. I mean, a lot of camp memories, doing camp ministry for really since I got saved at 17, it's like 25 years. Whether I was a camp speaker, whether I was, running our own camp now for 8 years, but I don't know. There's something about this past summer where, we hire college students to work on our staff. And you guys, got to connect with godly young men and women who just have a passion for ministry and seeing students come to know Jesus. And we had a girl on our staff this summer. Her name's Kelsey. I don't know if you're listening, Kelsey, but it's just a little bit of your story. I hope I don't get it wrong. No lie, we're in a staff kind of get to know you session, just kind of hanging out, getting ready so we're before week 1 even started. And we're like, well, how'd you connect? Why are you here? What are you doing here? And as Kelsey began to share, just before her, a girl on our staff named Madison, who's one of our interns this coming summer, Madison shared her story. And Kelsey's turn was next. And Kelsey goes, Madison led me to Christ last year at summer camp. It was
wow.
And Madison's like, I don't remember.
That's always nice.
But Kelsey was like, it doesn't matter that you don't remember. It happened. And not only did she come to know Jesus, she was on our staff the next summer serving and leading students to faith in Christ. And dude, that's
a discipleship process. Yeah.
Oh, bro, it just got my heart racing.
That's great. I mean, when you can have that kind of turnover where students go experience it and then turn around and actually are doing it,
yeah,
doesn't get any better than that.
That's what we all want. Yeah, that's our goal in ministry, making disciples, like you said, Stal. For sure.
Well, good. Well, Nate, tell us, and tell our viewers, our listeners, how can we stay in touch with you? How can we connect with you outside of the youth room? Where do we find you?
Sure, man. I'm always available anytime. You guys could call me. My phone number, text me. My website is nathansmith.org, which is super cheesy to even say that.
No, it's impressive. I don't have a trevormiller.org yet.
We'll get you a
Are you
.org.
on social media too?
Yeah, the Insta scam is nathansmith.org, which is just because we started Nathan Smith Ministries, about 17 years ago, and so it's just nathansmith.org. We also have a missions arm where we send students, mostly students, but adult teams and church groups to Africa. And it's called Love Africa Mission. That's a .org too. So, man, if you guys ever want to go on mission or lead students on a trip that's life-changing to Kenya, we're in Zambia, Rwanda, a lot of East African countries, Uganda. Man, we're there too. But yeah, man, I'm always excited to speak. So if you guys ever need a guy to do or lead an event, call me. If I can't, if I can't do it, we can connect you with someone great who can. These bros are speaking for us this summer at Journey Camp.
That's right.
And I'm really excited to have you guys back. We're all excited about that.
Awesome.
And so thanks for having me today. It's just been such an honor.
It's great having you. And we'll link all this stuff below.
Yep.
You can find everything we've talked about today on our show notes.
Yeah, we want to know from you guys too. If you got different summer camp plans, ways that you determine what summer camp you go to, let us know below too. And we'll see you next time in the Youth Room.
The Youth Room.